First up, though, the developments related to the IG report, the Department of Justice Inspector General report, which I think is looking into, at least this segment of the report, looking into the handling of the Clinton email investigation, is due out now next week, I think next Thursday. Some of it is leaked this week. What happens is drafts of the report get circulated on Capitol Hill. They get circulated within the Justice Department. They also get circulated with some of the people who are named in the report. So inevitably, leaks occur. The leaks that occurred this week suggest that the report goes after James Comey. They call him, according to news reports, the IG calls him insubordinate in his handling of the Clinton email investigation. And the report also criticizes Loretta Lynch's tarmac meeting and the subsequent handling of it. We don't have any details about that criticism, but the insubordination as it relates to James Comey is over his handling of the Clinton email disclosures late in the presidential campaign, where after a month of knowing the Clinton emails were on the Anthony Weiner laptop, the FBI knew this, James Comey told it to Congress, who of course told it to the American people. Now, Hillary Clinton has claimed improper activity with relation to her campaign with Comey's disclosure there, that there was an intervention by Comey in the campaign and it swayed the election one way or another. Not many people buy it, but it's a fair question to ask. And it's interesting that it's the IG who is focusing on Hillary Clinton's complaint about Comey's conduct as opposed to the more serious complaint and the more substantial complaint that Comey covered up the Clinton email scandal through a fraud sham investigation. The IG takes the position, evidently, at least in the part leaked, that Comey should not have disclosed information about his investigation into the Clinton emails in Anthony Weiner's laptop because it interfered with the election, and he did it over the objections of the Justice Department, meaning the insubordination. Well, you know, they may or may not be right in that regard, but it certainly is a narrow focus of the IG, and I hope that's not the whole thing. But I've warned you that the IG report is not going to be what you might think it is in terms of being critical of the Obama Justice Department in a way that some conservatives and Republicans want. It may be that they criticize Comey for doing things against Hillary Clinton publicly through his July 2016 press conference and obviously the handling of the Anthony Weiner laptop. But I want to talk more about the Anthony Weiner laptop emails because Comey is criticized evidently for disclosing the investigation into that at a late stage in the campaign. But I want to know why it is they did nothing about those Anthony Weiner laptop emails that were actually Clinton emails. Judicial Watch subsequently confirmed classified information was on that laptop. Again, Judicial Watch, we confirmed it. The FBI didn't voluntarily disclose it. The State Department didn't voluntarily disclose it. We had to sue to get the records. And they show that at least 18 classified emails were on the Anthony Weiner laptop. And Hillary Clinton wasn't prosecuted. She should have been prosecuted and still can be prosecuted. Is the IG going to focus on Hillary Clinton being left off the hook? I don't know. Certainly the initial impression is that it focuses on Comey and Hillary Clinton's complaint about Comey improperly intervening in the campaign. Ironically, Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General under President Trump, also complained about that. Frankly, I don't think Comey should have been talking about what Hillary Clinton did or didn't do as FBI director. And I've criticized him almost immediately after that July 2016 press conference. He should have said, look, we did an investigation. We're not recommending a prosecution. Talk to the DOJ about any further action or any details about the investigation. But in order to protect the reputation of the FBI, because he knew the investigation was a sham and wired, he wanted to protect his and the FBI's reputation. He thought the way he could do that was by excoriating Hillary Clinton while actually protecting her. He wanted to have his cake and eat it too. So the IG, at least initially, according to these leaks, is focusing on the excoriation of Hillary Clinton as opposed to the protection racket that James Comey happily participated in with Loretta Lynch at the Justice Department in protecting Hillary Clinton. So we've got the Wiener laptop emails that contain classified information that Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin, his former wife, are responsible for. And James Comey thought there was nothing that should have been done there. But the IG complains about his doing something in an insubordinate way in terms of disclosing that over the objections of his bosses at the Justice Department. And as I said, Rod Rosenstein complained about this in a memo he gave to President Trump, which in part formed the basis for firing Comey. So this IG report confirms further that President Trump was right to fire James Comey. He mishandled the Clinton email investigation both ways, in terms of excoriating her improperly and covering up the investigation. And obviously his involvement in Spygate, Russiagate, his dodginess with the Clinton DNC dossier, his lack of trustworthiness, his obvious hatred for President Trump, all warranted his firing. So this really undermines, and the media won't focus on this, it undermines the Mueller investigation. Because if the IG criticizes Comey's conduct, it reconfirms that Rosenstein was right to criticize Comey's conduct on the same issue. And it reconfirms that Trump was right to fire Mr. Comey. So why on earth is he investigating Mr. Mueller? Why is he investigating President Trump's decision to fire James Comey? There's no basis to do it. Further information from an independent source, it looks like, the IG, that undermines the credibility of the special counsel investigation. A special counsel investigation created again by a corrupt act. James Comey taking the FBI records of President Trump, leaking them to the New York Times, as Comey admits, to get a special counsel appointed to investigate President Trump, as part of a vendetta, evidently, that Mr. Comey had against Trump over firing him. So you had the fundamental corruption behind the appointment of Mueller. And of course, now Mueller, since has abused his authority, you've got constitutional issues about who he reports to and his out-of-control nature. So this IG report is interesting. And as I said, there's going to be material for both sides in the debate. So beware, be warned, it comes out next week.